What's up, everybody, and welcome back to day number right there. And today we're going to talk about thinking outside the box. Now, usually thinking outside the box for difficult problems, excuse me, is a good thing, right? When you're faced with something that maybe you haven't seen before, new experience, new challenge, or when you're challenging a junior sailor with the problem that maybe you have experienced, but they haven't, so you want them to think outside the box, right? It's all good, right? Go for it. Think outside the box. It's good. Sometimes, what they say, modern problems need modern solutions. You know the meme, okay? Here's what's not a modern problem. It's a problem since the age of sail, okay? It's a problem that I don't like thinking outside the box, and maybe just because I'm so old that it just fucking irks me, okay? But duty section, all right, and duty rotation. Now, I do not think outside the box on this at all right? I've not ever seen anything that works so great, right, that it should be adapted. All right. In all of my earlier career, yeah, I've always been in six section rotation. All right. So you got duty every 6 days. If you're Navy, you know how that goes. If you're another branch, you might not know how that goes. So what that means is every six, the ship is broken down into 6 sections, divided mostly evenly. And everyone is broken down into one of those 6 duty sections. And duty section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has it each section has it every 6 days whenever they're rotate around. So if you started just on Monday, then 6 days later you would have it on Sunday. 6 days later you'd have it on Saturday. And when it's that 6, you can't have it on 7 because then you'd always have duty the same day, right? Larger ships, I've heard of carriers being in 8 section, so they bump forward a day. Where in smaller ships you're in 6, and the rotation is always backwards, just one day, right? Now, once upon a time ago, I had a friend that on their destroyer they were in 6 sections, but for some reason they dogged down the weekends, the entire weekend. What dogging down means, for those that are not Navy, means you bookend it, right? So once you take the duty Friday morning, you do not come off of duty until Monday morning. Okay, so you have it Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So in that duty section, everybody is standing probably 3 watches that weekend. All right. If you have enough people in the duty section, then maybe you only get 2 watches, and somewhere you rotate through the watch bill off, right? Whatever. So I thought that was a horrible idea. He liked it. He thought it was a great idea. Some people like that because they think, well, if I'm in 6 sections, right, I'm going to use visuals here for you guys, and I stand it this one weekend, then I don't have another weekend duty for 5 weekends, because those other sections are going to do the same thing, right? They're going to dog it down the entire weekend. So if you have to travel to go, if you're like divorced and you have, joint custody of kids and stuff, some people like that because they think, well, I got 5 weekends with my kid, right, or kids, whatever it is, children's, right? And they can take that time to travel back and forth to wherever they need to go within driving distance or whatever to see their kids. And in that instance, I'm like, okay, well, that I can see how that could make sense for you, right? And a lot of these things are almost always 100% selfishly driven, okay? And including my idea, and we'll get there here in a minute, okay? So there's always some selfishness to it of why we start, when it comes to duty section, why people start getting this brilliant idea of thinking outside the box. Always. Okay, I've never seen someone like, oh, I got this brilliant idea, and really it helps everyone, and you miraculously see where that it helps everyone. No, when you start digging into it, you realize that it really only helps some people, a few people, or very specific people. Okay, so getting back to it. So we got the 6 sections, rotating forward, backwards, 6 or 8 sections. So here on this platform, we're in 3 sections during deployment, and now we're being force mandated to go into 4 sections, which is better. It's a whole lot better. Okay, 3 sections, you never feel like you're not on duty. Okay, you have it on Monday, Tuesday, you work all day, right? You turn it over on Tuesday, but then you work all day, and then you go home Tuesday night, and then Wednesday's your one day where you're like, okay, hopefully I can fucking like try to get out here early at a decent time so I could actually spend some time, and then that Wednesday's over, and guess what? It's the third day again, and it's, or it's the fourth day, and you're only in 3 sections, so it's your time's up. You're right back to it. You never ever feel like you got a full day off, right? By day off, I don't mean that you didn't go to work. I just meant that you were able to go home and relax and enjoy your family for a little bit. So in 4 sections, you actually get that one, and then you'll go, I've worked that full day after I turned over. Then I'll get, all right, a full work day or some decent time off, but then I get another one, and then I'm back to it again, okay? So that's 4 sections. Now, someone, right, and going into the yards, we have to kind of combine crews. We've got to help each other out because we don't have enough people alone to stand 4 sections. So we're combining forces. We're joining. We're gonna do teamwork. Teamwork's good. Teamwork makes the dream work. But someone came up with this idea to do shift work, right? Like not shift work. Excuse me. Shift duty section work or something like that. I don't know. There'll be a AM duty section, and then in the afternoon, a PM duty section will come in and relieve them. And then that PM duty section will stand the PM duty for the entire Monday through Friday. I don't know how that benefits anyone. What they say is, well, then after that, you don't stand any more nights. You're in 4 sections, so you'd stand a week of nights, and you'd get 3 weeks of no night duty at all. But you still have regular duty days from 7 till 16. And you still have regular work days, right? Duty really only kicks in at 1600, right? You have watches you stand. For those that, again, not Navy, you're always standing a watch. Someone has a core deck watch, security watch, we'll call it, right? All day long, 24 hours, right? But when it's on your duty day, sometimes you have that watch. Sometimes you have that watch late at night. But while everyone's there on the ship from 07 to 1600 or whatever it is, right? Like everybody's there, everyone's working this and that. So at that 1600, when that PM duty day would start, you'd have a whole new duty section coming in. And what they say is, what's being proposed is that PM duty section, they only come in for the PM duty, right? So they'd show up at 1500, they'd take the duty day at 1600, everyone would leave the ship, and then it's just the duty section on there for the night, right? And usually after 1600, it quiets down, you have some training, do a couple musters, clean up some things, whatever, right? But then they say, then the next morning, when you turn over with the AM, a new AM section, right? You're off for the day. Yeah, sounds good, right? You're going to be totally off. After you stand your 3 watches, because it's a 3-watch thing, right? You're going to be off for the day. At 07, you're going home. Can't nobody fucking believe that. How long have we been in the fucking Navy? How long have you been in the military? When has anyone ever promised you some... The age-old, chief said you can work a half day today. Ha, 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 ha. Half day's 12 hours. Get the fuck to work. Right? You get off at 1800. Joke's on you, Joker. Right? Like, you think we gonna fall for working, like, only standing night duty, and then at 7, especially as a khaki, right? As a senior leader, or as some other branches call them, senior NCO, right? That you're just gonna be able to fucking pull chalks at 07 and go home until 1500 when you need to come back to work for the duty day again? No fucking chance. None. I am a one-of-one khaki in supply department. It is only me. I have no one to back me up. I have no one to go to any other meeting. It's me. You think they're just gonna be like, yeah, go ahead, chief. You're done for the day. No, it's gonna be like, we're gonna see you at department head call, right? We're gonna see you at the CPO meeting, right? We're going to see you at these other 3 meetings that have to do with the schedule, right, of maintenance that's happening, right? So in essence, for many a khaki, you'll be standing 5 evening duty days, followed up by 5 regular fucking work days, because that's what you do in the military. You fucking work 07 to fucking 1600, right? And every now and then you get an early day, a little aloha something, right? And then going straight into the duty day. Who you fucking trying to fool? Because you ain't fooling me. No fucking way. Oh, and then there's always like the officer that's in charge, or the representative of the command. He's command duty officer. If you're in the Navy, you know. If you're not, I'm just trying to break it down for you so you can understand, right? Command duty officer is like your commissioned officer of the day that represents the captain of the ship, right? So once they take it in the morning, they have it for the full 24 hours. They don't swap at all, right? They have it for the full 24 hours. And then somehow, for them, they work it out where like they only stand, or they're going to get a full week off of duty free somehow. I don't get how. I didn't really understand it when I looked at the calendar. But after they stand, 3 weeks spread out throughout the month or whatever, it'll be like a week on, 1 week totally duty free, then 3 more weeks of having duty, not continuous duty, but just their daily duty, right? And again, it was like, how does that work? How do they get a whole week duty free, but I get 1 or 2 days in between my duty? And if I'm on the PM shift, I get no days in between. I'm standing duty every day, Monday through Friday. Now, I will say that Monday through Friday, once you stand all that Monday through Friday, that weekend you have off. Okay, but what does that do? The weekend before I had a Saturday duty, so this is how it works. So you'd have a Saturday, full day duty, 24 hours, 07 to 07, right? The next day, you'd get off. You'd have Sunday off. Monday through Friday, you'd have 16 to 07, and then each day, it is like a nighttime half day, and then you'd have duty on the Sunday again. It doesn't make fucking sense to me at all. I do not know. Like, this stems from think outside the box. No, this is the box. 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Put it on a fucking calendar. It's on the calendar from now until fucking infinity and beyond, and plan your life around it. This is one thing. I don't think anyone can show me a duty section rotation. Again, so on board, we've tried before deployment, we tried dogging down Thursday, Friday. So it would be like 1, 2, 3. What was it? It was some fucked up shit. Like you catch on to it. It was like duty sections 1, 2, 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then 1 Thursday, Friday, and then it skipped 2, went to 3 on Saturday. Then it went to 2 on Sunday, and then 1 on Monday again. So it's like, so you had 48 hours of duty Thursday, Friday. You got the weekend off, and then you're back on duty Monday again. And this is one of those things where people think, yeah, but you get Saturday and Sunday. And that's what they really try to sell you on, is that they're like, yeah, but Saturday and Sunday, the full thing. Where in the other rotation, you're always like, you're going to end up with a Friday, or you're going to always like somehow there about, right, the way it just rotates. I'd have to look at the calendar, but you're always like at least 2 weekends a month maybe. You have a Saturday, and then get off Sunday, or you have a Friday, then get off Saturday, and then the next one you have a Sunday, get off Monday, right? Like, so you never, like, you do get a full 48-hour weekend, but it's not like the 2 weekends in a row where you get it off or something. For me, I don't care. There's nothing like that doesn't entice me. There's nothing behind that gets me going about like, ooh, yay, like duty is duty. And then when they break it down of like, yeah, but during a month, this way you will stand, the sections will break down this way, and they'll stand, this section will stand 12, that one will stand 13, and these two just happen to stand 14, just the way it rotates. And that's always going to rotate a little bit within that 12 to 14 duty days every month. And it's like, okay, whatever. Like, but there's about, on average, 30 days a month, and 4 goes into 37. So if I just do 1, 2, 3, 4, then I'll have 7 duty days. That's 28 days, I know. So some might be 7, some might be 8, some might be 6. yeah, they're full 24-hour days, but what's the difference between 14 days where 4 are full days and the others are half, but all those halves are from 16 to 07 and they're all in a week? Like, this shit don't make sense to me. Someone please let me know down in the comments, what is the best duty rotation out there for 4 sections, right? If you know, if you're some Excel nerd and you can break it down to me in the most logical sense, that you can say, if you have 4 sections that must rotate through every month the same, and you can't restart in the new month. It just needs to keep going, right? There's someone I heard, they used to restart the duty section every month. Like, no matter what, how it ended, the first of the next month was always duty section 1. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you mean if you had it on the 31st in your section 1, the next day you could have it? And they're like, yep, that's how we do it. I was like, mind blown. Makes no fucking sense. So again, if you know, all right, how to break down duty section, 4 duty sections, right, into a month that actually benefits time off, right? Which again, it's not about like you're standing duty no matter what. The point is to stand duty and still get work done. The point isn't to provide more time off. Where it's if you want time off, take leave, right? That's always the argument. It's like, well, this is going to provide more time off. From what? Like, you're supposed to be working. Like I'm all for, like, you know, the balance and stuff, but that's why I'm about to go to shore duty, because at shore duty, that's where I'm gonna get all my time back, right? We're still on the ship, we're still going in the yards, there's still a shit ton of work that needs to be done, and what you want to promote isn't like, I want time off too, but you're not going to get this. It's always like, oh yeah, you know what? It's always, if you're in the Navy, you know this. If you're in the shipyards, it's always, let's get time off. Let's get time off. Let's get time off. In the first 6 months, then the last 3 months, you get no fucking time off. None. Why? Because you took all that fucking time off the first 6 months. And it never, ever equals up. Because even though you're leaving at, like, you thought you were leaving at 12, 1400, that was early. When we're at, and engineers especially, all right, God bless them, okay? Those nights become from 04 in the morning until 2200 when they're walking off the brow finally. And for other departments that get roped into it, they're not leaving until 2000. Okay? Helping out engineers or doing their own shit. Right? And that's what breaks sailors. Instead of the steady strain of like, hey, every day we're going to work until 14 or 1500, a regular, normal, full work day. And I'm not going to waste your time. You're not going to sit here not doing nothing. You better fucking work. All right? Then you'd have steady strain and you'd be good all the way through to the end. And you'd foresight and plan for the end. And you'd be better prepared and you'd be able to, boom, execute, light off. Let's go. Right? Instead, you try to get fucking tricky and try to think outside the box. Fuck that. Don't think outside the box. Let me know in the comments, what's the best rotation for 4 sections? If you've done 6 and you thought something's worked out really good too, let me know for that too. 8, whatever. But I'm really curious if there's someone out there that can math this and put it out in an Excel sheet, or let me know, DM me, right? And let me know best rotation for 4 sections. Let me know down below. We'll see you tomorrow.